Okay, so I don't know how you're going to be able to put it all together, Corey. And put it up on YouTube and that for me. It seems to be a bit weird. You know, the properties on the SD card says there's space there, yet it seems to be sort of chopping it out and cutting some bits out or something. I don't know what's going on. And it can't play along to everything. I try to. You know, some bits and pieces I jump in and sort of like fit in a bit better than others. It's all live, you know, so I can't pick and choose. It's whatever happens. Just try and sit in there and blend in. But if you have a look, you know, like I said, I'm always playing in the G, in the key of G. I like G so much, right? Right, you just have a look at G for a minute and you strum the chord G right down the bottom, right down your normal G chord that you first get taught, right? Say on the 3rd fret. And it's not the E chord shape, it's the G chord shape that you're playing. And when you strum it down, you've got root note, which is the first one, the bass, you know, you've got your root note, then you got your 3rd, you've got the other 3 notes that are open, right? 3 notes that are open that you can hit out of the 6 strings. And you've got your 2 first, there's 5 good notes. Like I said, I don't really play on the 5th string, the 3rd note there, because I've already got it somewhere else. But yeah, and then you think about the other scale that you mix up with the major scale. As an example, you're mixing 2 of them up, right? Remember I was saying it before, I remember what I was supposed to say. So you got your major scale, you can play it forwards or you can play it backwards. Play it here, play it there, play it everywhere you want. There's like 10 different spots, right? And then it just goes back to the beginning in just the same shapes. So you don't even know what key you're in anymore. If you really wanted to know what key you're in, you would descend back through the one another system till you get to a low position and recognise it. Oh yeah, that's an F or C or whatever. And then you can say to someone, oh, I was in that key, because I just don't know where I am. I know I'm there, but I just don't think of it like that. I'm chasing sound with my ear, that's what I'm doing. But the other scale that I was mixing up with that I was trying to tell you, alright, was the 13568. So you know in your normal major scale, because I'm playing the major scale with this scale, right? Sometimes I played that way, sometimes I played the other one. It's got the 135, just like, you know, in your major scale, when you're doing the major scale and you've got the major chord, you've got the 135, right? So those 3 notes are the same. And the only one that's odd is the 6th, right? The relative minor, there's a 6th note there. And if you play the 2 open strings on standard tuning, which is E, that is the 6th, right? So I've got 3 good ones, which is the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th string open, and I've got 2 root notes, and if I take them off, I've also got open good ones to match the 1356. So the 1356, 8, it goes like this, right? So it goes, oh, hang on. Right? Playing it backwards, it sounds like this, right? Listen. That's backwards. That was backwards. Forwards is... And you're trying to find the 1356 is there. The one another system shows you them all, right? That's what it does. And so 1 minute you're playing it here, 1 minute you're playing it there, and the one another system brings you around to it. So that's what I basically do, and it's fantastic in the standard tuning, I reckon, in key or G. So like I said, I'll wait for something to pull me out of it, and then I'll start to figure out what's going on over there, and hopefully I can jump in for a little bit. You know, it's like riding a horse and that, you're trying to chase it down because it's already started, the song's already started. Your ears got to pick it up, and then you've got to send the messages to your fingers and your hands, the right hand and the left hand, what it's going to do, right? And you've only got a fraction of time to do it before they've already gone to the next part, right? So it's like, it's all really happening really fast, but really, if you can slide up into the sound and get to the one's the most important one. One is the benchmark, it's the datum point, it's the start, it's the tonic, it's the root note, it's the beginning. You know, that's number one. People move away from one way too fast. They've got to understand one. Because if you can understand one, you can understand them all. Because if you need another third, for example, and you're in the key of G or something, right, and you need thirds, you can go to your third, in your major scale, there's your third, and do the one another system and find where they all are. So, like, matching to the voice of the singer. You know, music goes do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. It goes like that for a reason, even though there's 12 notes in each key, there's 12. You're only singing 8, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Because by the time you've said it, you need to take a breath. Right, so it's hard to sing the other ones. So it's the most common ones that, you know, to suit the human voice. And then you've got to try and do the same with the guitar and that, like, try and get as close as you can to the voice. I'm trying to follow the voice of the song in a way to keep me on track, you know. That's like my main one. And then it's playing the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do that I find in the best one another system that I can find. And from there, I'll try and tinker around and see if I can pull out something that they're doing and be there with them, you know, the same particular time. So yeah, I'm basically, you know, country blues player and ragtime, and it's kind of stuck together in one, you know. So it's country rag. That's my thing. That's the two things that I've sort of mixed together over the years, and it's kind of like a bit hard to dance to, or yeah, a bit hard to dance to, that one. Instead of like marching in the army style, which would be left, right, left, right. One, it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's a little bit quicker because you're playing the whole major scale. Yeah, so I'll try and stay on a certain key. Like if I'm playing in G, most people would expect me to move at a certain point to the F or to the C chord, and then to the 5th chord. Doing the 1, 4, 5, and I try and hold back from going into it. You know, I'd use like a deterrent first. I might use like, I'm sure it's got to turn around and come back to itself and sooner or later, right? But I'll use my bass. It's usually the 1/5 as my ragtime sort of feel, and then I'm actually using the 7th there, the first fret of the first string. Flat and 7th, that's my deterrent. And when I get to that one there, if I take my finger off, that's as low as I can go, which is there on the 2nd string, right? But you can go backwards more. Deterrent, and I'll land on it wherever I can. I'm doing the 1/5 of the bass, and everything else in between that is a bonus. Because I'm just going. with that as my deterrent. Yes, you've got to try and find that 13568. There's many places you can find it. Fun trying to put it all together and putting it out there. The one another is the best system that I know so far. It's taken me 34 years to actually just figure that out. It's like, wow. Pretty sad, but if they start doing it now, and the teachers start to teach that as the first lesson, the one another system, it's the best that I know of. Right, I'm not showing off, but I've been playing for bed, right, 34 years. One another system in standard tuning is the way to go to learn the fingerboard, to open it up so you can start to see stuff a lot easier where the options are. And then you just flatten your thirds, you know, with your one another system, and that instead of the major third, and you've got all the minor chords, 10 different ways or whatever. Right, so you get the whole Bible of the major chords and the minor chords, depending on what you want to do. Doesn't matter whether you're a classical guitar player or, you know, you're into jazz, and you just do the chords for the jazz one and that, you know what I mean, and do whatever other bits and pieces you're adding in there with the seconds and ones or whatever, and fives, and then just find where they all are and chuck it all in. So that's what I'll do. I'll chuck the radio on, see where it's at. Tuning it into the one another system. Listen very carefully to when you do it. You just got to touch. You got to touch just the peg, the machine head, and you can hear it rising. Just touching it, like just putting a little tiny bit of pressure, not even turning it, and you can hear it rising in that. Try and get it to sit in right in the right spot. So when you're doing your matter what key you're doing it in. Yeah. Let's see what's on the radio.
Wow, your swimming pool looks fantastic.
I always have it a little bit louder than me. Right, so it's on 11.
Who installed it?
You know, I don't want to take the show, let them, you know, they're the ones that show me where they are, you know. I've got the radio on just to prove to you that, you know, I try and do stuff that's live and that, and I've got no idea what's happening or what key's going to be playing in next. I'll just try and listen to it and see if I can blend into it.
From real estate home loans. We've been helping the people of Australia finance their dreams.
I'll wait for the song to come on.
That's our passion. We know you want the cheapest.
There's a lot of talking, which is a bit of a bummer. I'd rather just song after song after song, but I haven't got it all set up. And, you know, I'd have to have the TV on for the computer to be on, so I could hear it through the TV, and it's not really the same sort of sound as the stereo.
Mate, you're kidding me, aren't you? Where did you get this piece of... Are you serious? It's a rough diamond, mate. Just needs TLC.
Just needs TLC.
It needs a full bloody
So I've been doing a bit of sanding down and that this morning. I've actually been up since 2 o'clock this morning. And, you know, I was playing the guitar and I don't know, about 4 or 5 this morning, doing those things, recording that, the one another system. While it was quiet, you know, instead of the traffic and everything like that outside.
Hi, I'm Vicky from the Ballarat Neighbourhood Centre. When we know job seeking is
I'm going to push the button which is above the volume, and then the bass will kick in, because when they're talking, I just sort of quieten it down a bit and then fire it up when there's songs sort of playing, and then I'll leave it alone so you can see the radio sort of playing there. It's, you know, the news comes on, people talking.
Just drop into the Ballarat Neighbourhood Centre in Top and Drive Sebastopol to speak to one of our
every 2.5 months, a set of strings.
Savings on now.
I was playing 5 hours a day when Sarge was around, keeping an eye on him, you know, because he could just trip over and fall over and stuff, and he was, you know. So that was like one of the saddest moments for me in my life, and that 14 years I've been with him, and he's gone, right? But I kind of knew something weird was going to happen. I had this weird intuition, you know, that I'm going to come into something, I'm going to figure something out on the guitar, and then it won't be long after that I'm going to lose my dog. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened.
Special raffles will go on throughout both sessions.
Yeah, it's been about 4 months now. So I took everything out, you know, that I was playing. I took everything out, just left me one core ingredient, just one. Right, to one another system. The week note #1.
It's a throwback Thursday.
That's the key. Let me see how I'll try and go about it. I've been sanding down for a couple of hours, doing a bit of weeding, and I'm starting to get a bit tired. By the time it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I start to get pretty tired. I go to bed at 8 o'clock at night or something like that. I'm asleep by 8:30, 9 o'clock, up at about 3 or 4 in the morning, play till about 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I go out and start trying to muck around, do a little bit. Do 4, 5, 6 hours or something, and then come back in. Weeding, painting, sanding, whatever's going down at the time, you know. Yeah, so I'm gonna end up doing something else. You know, I'll give you, try and get all that stuff that I've recorded over the years and that of young when you were sort of young and that, and try and round it all up so you can have a copy of that. Do as you like with that. So, yeah, I hope you get something out of the one another system, because I think it's amazing. And I just want to get it out there. I wish that, you know, they got it for nothing, you know, handed over to them on a silver platter. I've taken 34 years to sort of like arrive to it, and no one's ever showed me that, you know. But if they can start now, especially the beginners and that, they're going to be kicking ass, mate. in no time at all. And, you know, quite a few varieties and ways of doing it. You know, I used to sort of like troubles playing certain chords and that years ago and stuff, you know. But now it's like, just anchor it down, find another one exactly the same, drop in the other fingers. There's B there, or there's B there, or there's B there. It's just all exactly the same, just starting from a different spot. It's amazing, you don't have to think about sharps and flats or nothing. You do when it comes to music notation and that, but I can't do that anymore, mate. You know, I need my glasses and that, and I don't want to wear my glasses anymore. And I can't do the finger picking stuff I used to do, mate, holding down the whole chords and that. That's why I'd rather do the one another system, just do ones and then go through the major scale to try and pinpoint where the little ones are, the 135s or whatever, and try and find as many of those as I can, sort of blend in with it. Yeah, so the arthritis is kicking in, the C7's starting to play up again, and you know, I stopped for 3.5 years when I was 39 or something. I picked it up when I was 42 or something, and started again, trying it a different way. Yeah. And most of the time when I was first starting off and I was doing the tablature, I'd be staring straight at the bloody chord right in front of me when I was starting, you know, when I was beginning to play the guitar. And the chord's right there, it's saying C, right? And I'm doing the tablature, so I'm looking at the bar, and I'm sort of putting my fingers on the numbers that's on that I can see, right? But instead of holding down the whole C shape, I was going to the individual notes, almost like building it up, going back to building it up, finding the one another, you know, and sort of building it up from there. So, I don't know, that's where it's taken me now. Can't play the old songs anymore, everything just went bang straight together. Can't seem to play the same tune twice in a row sort of thing, you know, it just sort of changes a little bit each time I play it. I don't really care, I think I've got the right now, after playing 34 years of playing it however I want to play it really. You know, I don't want to take over the show, I just want to sit in there and just, yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a TV or commercial that comes on the Harvey Norman or whatever, you know, on the radio. It's like, yep, I reckon I could nut that here. It's this, oh, that's in that key, yeah, right. So, yeah, every 2.5 months a set of strings. That's a bummer, that. Always the G string that goes on it. Always the G string. And it's flat and third, you know, big flat. on the third string, and it's always gone there. Just hear it so many times playing it there. I can see like the glare from the light on the strings, right, because I can't see it close up. I've got glasses, right, so I'm looking at the guitar and it all looks blurry. It looks all blurry and sort of like all shiny lights and that, and if I move around, oh, it's like a river. You can see all the glitter, you know, moving around. So, right, I've got to get from one side of the river to the other side of the river. And I've got to try and get there without falling in and drowning or bloody getting all wet. So I want to try and get across as smoothly as I possibly can. It's almost like you're feeling your way through it, right? And then as soon as you feel, oh, I might be going deep there, it's like you're trying to get your foot back up into something that's a little bit higher so you stay above the water and you get your way across to the other side of the neck. It's a bit like that, right? That's how I kind of see it now. You know, and then they'll take the G string off and you can feel all along the G string, every single fret that was along that string, you can feel it on the string. Ding, ding, there's a kink, there's a kink, there's a kink, all the way along. Yeah. But I come up with the one another system. It's a cracker. I'm so glad I come up with that one. Now I guess everybody else can just run, you know, put their own version of it out there, and that, I just hope it really fires up and you know, get different music that comes out or something from it. Would be great, you know, that would be really amazing, wouldn't it? But I've got to try and get all those teachers out there to commit themselves to teaching it to the beginners. So that should be number one first. Yeah, I like it. Hope you do too. Okay, folks, that's it.